Good morning or good afternoon, depending on what time you're watching this, but I'm meteorologist Amber Wheeler. I work for KX News in Bismarck, North Dakota, and I wanted to start off with a gorgeous picture of the sunrise. I took this yesterday. This is what we get to see every day on our sky cams here on Good Day Dakota, and we also have, a lot of things that we do for the morning show. Not only do we record temperatures and tell you how warm or how cold it's going to be, but we also look at clouds, and I understand that you're learning about clouds, and I wanted to talk about three of the primary types of clouds, and you have subcategories in all of these, but the most important takeaway is the fact that we have cumulus clouds, stratus clouds, and cirrus clouds, and these are things that you'll be learning more in depth in your class. And also remember, anything that says nimbo means rain. So if you see cumulonimbus or nimbostratus, that means rain associated with these clouds. So some examples, and this cloud here, this is a cumulus cloud, so anything that looks like a cotton ball or really sort of fluffy and tall. We get also thunderstorms that grow out of these. This is a cumulus cloud. Another example of a cumulus cloud here. This one was taken high up in the clouds, so you may see a lot of these when you're flying somewhere. We see a lot of cumulus clouds, especially high in the sky. And also another example of stratus clouds here. These are sort of flat, and they can really slow down on that sunshine. They can really hold back those sun rays. We have some rain out of stratus clouds as well. They affect our temperatures. And another example of some stratus clouds here, they are also what help cause the sort of overcast sky that we get a lot out here. So another example of clouds, these are my favorite clouds because they don't impede at all on that sunshine. They're just some high, thin, wispy clouds. These are the thinnest clouds that we have. They're cirrus clouds. And another example of those, well, you can see here why they're called sort of wispy clouds here. They're very thin, very high, and they don't really have any rain associated with them. You're not going to see any rain associated with those cirrus. So in terms of precipitation, that's something else that we look at here in the Dakota Storm Center. We look at how much rain you're going to get, how much snow you're going to get, and I understand that you actually have a chance for snow coming in on Thursday and into Friday morning. So I took this snow model forecast all the way out to Saturday evening. This is taking into account maybe some late day snow showers, and you can see here in Minneapolis about a ½ an inch right now. Again, we're still a little under 48 hours away, so this could change a little bit, but we've got about 3 inches in St. Cloud. But look at how high these numbers go when you get into northern Minnesota. So some decent snow moving into the Great Lakes, but the main takeaway is it looks like when you guys are going to be heading outside, say for the weekend, you might have a little bit of light snow out there for the weekend. So this will be our first substantial snow for the area, but this is something that we do. So we record snow totals, and we bring you the impacts and what to expect for the weekend. And maybe you want to go outside and play this weekend. Well, we let you know if you need your jacket or if it's going to be dangerous. And how we do that is we have a lot of different technology around the studio, and you may have seen a big green screen before if you've ever seen behind the scenes in TV. And this is where I live. This is kind of where I show my graphics, and you can kind of see off to the side here that I see graphics behind me when I look at this monitor, but really what we have is a green screen. So we've got this amazing technology up in our studio, up in our control room, where anything that's green, they can change to a graphic. And so I basically can tell you everything that's going on, and I've got a green screen behind me, but it looks like I've got graphics behind me. It's really an amazing technology that's been around for quite some time. The only downside is that I can't wear green. So I always have to wear other colors besides green, but that's okay. Small price to pay. So as you can see here, we've got a large studio and several sets, and my office happens to be in the studio. So I'm going to take you over here, and you can see that, excuse the mess because it's typically a little cleaner than this, but I've had a kind of a busy last few days. We've been forecasting for this potential snowstorm, and you can tell that we've got a lot of computers around here, several computers that help us do forecasting. We have a 24/7 weather channel that we air constant weather data for. Also, this computer here, this one helps me make all my graphics that you see on TV. So whenever you see me giving these 7-day reports here, this is our 7-day. I'll kind of go back and show you a couple of other things here. We have also snow projections for our area. So that same storm that I was telling you about, where you're going to get potentially a ½ an inch, it's also going to give us maybe just a trace in some areas, and possibly around the Fargo area up to around 4 inches or so. So we're all affected by this large storm. But the big takeaway here is that what we have to do in our job is to look at this data and decide, what do you need to know to stay safe? What do you need to know if you want to change your plans, or what do you want to wear? And also what I do and how I do that is I have computer models. So I have several models that I can look at here. And I just so happen to be looking at this particular storm, and you can tell that, it's definitely going to be moving through and giving us a decent shot at the snow. But what's really nice is that I've got several different models that I can look at. And so my job is to sift through a lot of this data, decide, are we going to see snow? What kind of snow? And is it going to be heavy? Is it going to be that light, fluffy stuff? And also in the summer, it helps me out with storms. We forecast storms. We also we look at what types of rain totals you're going to get. Are you going to get too much rain? We deal with drought situations, or we deal with excessive rain amounts. We also talk about record temperatures in the summer and maybe some record cold temperatures in the winter. But regardless, there's a lot of science involved in the weather process. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask your teacher, and I hope that we can Skype soon. I know I might be Skyping with a few of you, and please give me any of your questions, whether it's being on TV and what that's like, or some of the science behind it.